Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and welcome to day 23 of Vlogust. If you don't know, I am the face and the voice behind all the content under Infiniti Crafting Co. So anytime you see that on the web, it's me. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my favorite crochet stitches. So if you've been following me for any amount of time, well, I won't even say any amount of time. If you've been following me for a long time, since the beginning, you'll notice a trend in my projects that I tend to post on Instagram and the patterns I tend to release. I am an absolute cabling fanatic. I don't care if it's knitting, Tunisian crochet, or regular crochet. And of course there are different cables that are easier than others. Specifically, like regular crochet is way easier than the others, but nevertheless, I absolutely love the aesthetic of cables. I don't know what it is, but once I learned how to do cables way back in yesteryear, I don't even remember how long ago that was, and once I did my first tutorial on it, I was absolutely smitten with the stitch. And so there are a lot of my patterns to this day that are that have cables incorporated in them. A lot of whips that I have done have had cables incorporated in them. If I remember correctly, there was this mint and gray winter set that I made. I made mittens, I made a scarf, and I made a hat. It was cabled out. It was my absolute favorite thing. I got so many compliments on it, and people like wanted a duplicate, and I'm like, no, this is me. It's exclusive. I don't, like I said, I don't know what it is. If I had to choose a second favorite stitch though, I don't know that I could. I really don't know if I could. That is, the cable stitch is the only stitch that I have consistently used throughout the years. That is really interesting though. Like, I didn't actually take the time to sit down and think about that. That's the only stitch that I have just repetitively used throughout the years, and so I guess it's a favorite that's here to stay. I once thought about doing a cable stitch sweater. I think I started on one and it ended up really small, and I think I gave up on it, and the frogged, well, it's not even frogged, it's just sitting somewhere in this house. I don't know where it is. No clue where it is to this day, but it was very pretty. It looked a lot, the colorway looked a lot like that feather stitch shawl that I made. And oh, there's my second stitch. I love that stitch. I did like 3 or 4 projects in a row with that stitch, and then I did that shawl, that really long shawl. When I wore it, it draped. It was like down to my knees almost, I think. Yeah, if I just let it drape, it was like almost down to my knees. But if I were to tie it and just like wear it, it would be normal. But I loved that colorway, and I almost wanted to keep it. But I decided that, you know, I will just buy yarn in the future and I will make myself one. It's actually, that project was a gift. That project was a gift for the facilitator that I used to volunteer with when I taught math. She called me Wednesday when she got it, and she was just so elated. We hadn't heard from each other in a few months, and I'm like, you know what, I kept thinking about the lady, and I'm like, she's just been on my mind. So I just sat back and listened to my podcast, and I cranked that out with all those wool balls that I had. I had like 11 skeins / balls. They're weird shaped little things, but anyway, I made up that thing, and actually that post, when I put it on Reddit, it really blew up. People really liked that shawl, and I really liked that shawl, so in the future I might make more of them. The feather stitch is super easy, and I think that might be one of my upcoming, well, I don't think, I know that's one of my upcoming tutorials. I forget when it posts is the thing, but nevertheless, it's one of my upcoming tutorials. I'm looking forward to seeing that post. And I also look forward to doing more projects with that. I also did a scarf in the same mint and gray color scheme that I did my cable scarf, and it turned out absolutely beautiful, and I also wanted to keep that. There are a lot of projects that I make that I want to keep, but I decide to allocate towards my inventory. I am just such a colors person. It's like certain color schemes, they just kind of hit you a little differently, but I'm a crocheter. I can remake the stuff if I want to. I think that's kind of all I have for today. Those are my 2 favorite stitches, the cable stitch and the feather stitch. And if I could ever find a way to combine the two, I don't know that I would, honestly. That would be a little weird. That would be a challenge, but it'd be a little weird. But it'd be also interesting. So, I don't know. I won't say never, but not right now. So anyway, that's all I have for today, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what's your favorite stitch that you like to work and maybe why. Also, if you have any questions for the rest of Vlogust, I am still taking questions for the rest of this month, so you can leave those for me down in the comments below and I will make a video to answer them. And until tomorrow, happy making!